Welcome to the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon, presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service, located at 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, and 530 West Main Street, Silva, North Carolina. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service is your number one stop prior and after your epic fly fishing adventure in western North Carolina. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service proudly carries industry-leading brands such as Sims, Orvis, Corkers, Sage, Rio, Scientific Anglers, Hatch, Nautilus, Lamson, Fish Pond, Scott Fly Rods, Echo, Umpqua, Hairline, Nature's Spirit, Peak, Norvice, plus a large selection of flies and streamers. Check out www.tuckflyshop.com for streamflow information, book a guided trip, or even shop for your favorite Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear. Follow the crew on Facebook at Tuckasegee Fly Shop, Instagram at Tuck Fly Shop, and on YouTube at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. Here in our Silva studios today, we have Coach Del Diesel Collins, Bobby, the Bearded Wonder Bennett, and I'm your host, Shannon, Big Mess Messer. Let's jump in to today's episode. All right, everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon.
Can I just get a 5-piece for every brand you just listed?
Hey, we informative, brother.
And thanks to Charmin.
This one. Hey, there's some days that we wished we had some Charmin with us, right?
That's it, man.
Absolutely. So everybody, thanks for hopping on here and listening to us on your favorite podcatcher platform, or if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate that. If you're driving in your car, when you get to a stopping safe destination, be sure to kind of pull this up on YouTube right there and watch this. We've got a good treat here for you today. We have two gentlemen from the state of Georgia join us. Good buddy fly fishing. We have Jon and Steve join us today, and we're going to have some photos and stuff that you'll be able to see of some of their adventures, and we'll learn about Good Buddy fly fishing. And I think they're waving, or maybe Bobby is. I don't know. Bobby is waving at them. So there we go. Got to welcome Dale back to the studio today. Good to have Dale back.
Yeah, man, back from the depths of COVID.
Nice, perfect. Be sure to hang in there. We'll have a guide tip of the week. We'll also have a fishing report there for you as well. And anything else we'll add in there to that, guys?
Man, I just love your intro. Do you? Because this was a different one than the last time I was here. But I know I watched the ZZ Top documentary over my 24 days at home with COVID quarantine, and they actually, like, when they figured out their voice, like, "Miles Beer, wow, in that Texas," like that dude would like prep his voice before he could like go out on stage or the recording studio. Man, do you like prep your voice for that depth you bring?
I don't think so.
Man, it just sounds like you're trying to get so deep.
Well, you want to speak very clearly.
Yeah, but it's like you're totally different right now. It's awesome.
Sure.
I think it's great.
Sure. There you go.
I'm impressed, man.
Well, it's that probably going back to doing some of the the play-by-play or color commentary on some of the athletic, high school football and some college stuff as well. So
yeah,
that plays a role in that.
There you go, man.
Just happens.
Were you the guy on the sideline getting knocked over when they?
No. That wasn't me. I was in the press box when Appalachian State lost to the Western Carolina Catamounts.
Okay.
And they tore down the goalpost when Brad Hoover, Brett Chappell. 96. Yeah, I was up in the press box. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go.
Big stuff.
There we go. All right. So Jon and Steve, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
glad to be here.
Yeah.
We are still here, yeah.
Yeah, man. So Georgia Drifter, believe it or not, was the one who turned me on to you guys a while back. And if you listen to the podcast, you'll kind of understand who Georgia Drifter is. And he found a video of you guys up here doing some stuff on the Tuckasegee River, of all places. And so I said, let me go take a look. He sent me a link. And lo and behold, it finds you guys out there doing some fishing and stuff. I've been following your videos ever since. But kind of tell us, what Good Buddy fly fishing is and how it started.
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends since college. We met sophomore year of college, freshman year.
Your sophomore, my freshman year, probably.
That's right. I'm older, wiser.
Yeah, you are.
And so we've been friends since then. We work together. John has always loved fishing. I only got into it in the last, I don't know, 10 years ish, maybe less than that. And so we started fishing together. And once I started another YouTube channel, totally unrelated to fishing, we started kicking around the idea like, man, I wonder if we could do this with fly fishing. And, we seeing that we loved fishing, we would often seek out fishing videos on YouTube. And what we found is that there was like basically two categories. There was, the 30-minute video that just, had a guy with a GoPro strapped to his chest, and that was fine. I mean, this is good. You watch a guy catch a fish, that's nice. But then the other kind of video was, really nice, very well produced, and this, whoever it was just catching tanks like one after another, like so good. And we're not great fishermen. We always we talk about all the time. We're just mediocre fishermen. So we just realized, the kind of videos that we want to watch, either we haven't found or they don't exist. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to tell stories. And because we didn't want to just strap a GoPro to our chest, nor did we want to, nor could we go out and just catch giant tanks in beautiful locations. So we were like, well, we're good friends. We want to bring some people along with that, with us as we go fishing.
That's awesome.
And and now that John reminded me of this before. John, what was the thing, sort of the turning point of how we were making our videos?
Well, our first video, we put together. We had a trip. We had a friend of a friend who had some property on. What's the name of that river?
I can't remember the name of the river, but
whatever. Y'all know the name.
Clark's Creek.
No, come on. No, it's very private. You're not going to be able to just go to this section of the river and fish it. But it's in near Dahlonega, Georgia. And so, a friend of a friend said, "Hey, I can probably hook you up with this guy, and it's his family's property. We can get you on there, and you guys can go fish, film your video." So we were like, "All right, let's do it," and got a drone. We put a drone up in the air. We thought we were just like the bomb. We thought we were making the best thing. And we got out there, and just typical Steve, wasn't catching fish.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I wasn't wrong. I'm not wrong at all. But me and there's another guy with us too, another friend of ours, and like him and I were catching fish, and Steve had no interest in making this video. I mean, it was.
Well, no, that's not true. I wanted to make the video, but I wanted to be catching fish.
That's right.
I was pissed that my friends were catching fish and I wasn't, and giant fish at that.
Yeah, and I mean this is a kind of a pay to play kind of place. You got big fish there, and but we had put together this intro. We'd done everything, like started recording at 4:00 in the morning. While we were packing the car and drove up there. I mean, it was going to be the best fishing trip of our lives, and they always are. And Steve just was not catching fish, and I could not get him to pick up a camera. I couldn't get him to help me out, and I'm trying to make a video. I'm getting GoPro shots of fish I'm catching. There's like no dialogue. It was a bad video. I mean, it's still on our YouTube channel. You're welcome to go watch it, but it really wasn't what we wanted to make. And so we were semi proud of it, and I showed it to a friend of mine. We were sitting down at a restaurant, and he has had some production experience and things like that. And he's like, I was telling him, like, we just couldn't get it. Steve wasn't catching fish. He wasn't into it, and I was catching fish. The other guy was catching fish, and we just couldn't get off the ground. Like, he's like, you need a story, and that's your story. You were catching fish. Steve wasn't. He was upset. So tell that story. So that's kind of where it took off. We're like, that's what we got to do. We got to tell our fly fishing story.
And that's basically the story of every Good Buddy video is John's catching fish and Steve is not. So we've learned to tell that story very well.
The tides are turning, Steve. You've done well lately, man. You've done well.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's all of us, man. We all go through those cycles where it's like, man, everybody fishes better than me. I'm the worst.
Everybody fishes better than us, so we're good. we can, when you're making YouTube videos, you have the benefit of like putting your best cast of the 500 tangles and trees you caught. You don't have to. We catch trees and we show it, but we are very much your mediocre fly fishermen. We love to fly fish. We love hanging out. We love doing it, but we are by no means professionals. So,
yeah, I think that's a good place to be, though. I mean, that's what it's about: just going out there and having your own fun and making it your experience, and not trying to make it somebody else's or something it's not. So, I think today's age, authenticity is out the door. So I think that's where I think you guys are really flourishing, is because it's real. It's not the diver in the lake making sure that there's fish on the line or something, So
Now, do y'all do that?
I've tried to get
water hooking fish.
Yeah, I've tried to get Steve to throw on the wetsuit and go film it from underneath, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to bend the rod, all you got to do is hook into a rock and then get the cameras rolling and then just fight that rock like your life depends on it. It looks great.
That's it. Break it off and be like, man, that was a 28-inch brown.
Yeah, that's right.
You ever get like you start feeling bad that you're just wearing it out and your buddy isn't? Like
no.
Right? That's the
the
best part of it.
No, I mean, we were a couple weeks ago, but pre-COVID, I was fishing with a friend up in Maryland, and I didn't get COVID from the trip. Just for anybody thinking that, I got it because I was traveling. We were fishing Antietam Creek, and we finally find fish. And he was on a spey rod, and I'd already given up the spey rod and went and got the 9'5" weight with a bobber. And I'm just whacking fish. It's like number 7. I'm like, got another one, and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Like I feel kind of bad, But then he started getting into them, and it was great.
Yeah, so absolutely. So, how much time do you guys plan on spend planning these trips? I'll get it out here in a second. So, kind of go into that. Are these like spontaneous type trips? Are you planning these things weeks or months in advance, or lead us down that path, man?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the video. Like some of them we do plan well in advance, like when we're going on a fishing trip. Like we recently went to Cherokee, North Carolina. So we had that planned out well in advance. And some of these trips, some of these videos that we're making, it's like we're walking from our car to the river. We're like, dude, what are we about to do here? So yeah, it just depends on the video, but there's varying degrees of spontaneity versus planning.
Yeah, usually I'm just hoping Steve falls in because that always helps the content move along,
Yeah, well, that usually happens, so you must be a happy man.
Yeah, always.
Which one of you did the wader review, or was going to do a wader review? You started wearing them, and you said, "Hey, I'm going to see how they are for a few months." And
yeah, that was Steve. That was me.
Yeah.
How do you like the waders?
You know what? I do love them. And I haven't told John this yet. This is the first time y'all get to be in on some breaking news here. But if you have watched our videos, I have real trouble keeping my wading belt attached to me.
Did you?
And I've lost my wading belt again.
Oh man.
So even though the new Sims ones had the belt loop, I cannot understand where I lost it, and yet I went to put them on this weekend and they are gone, or that belt is gone. So,
Bummer.
You heard it here, folks.
First, yeah.
Wading belt retention. I never knew that was something we need to study in the end.
Oh man, this guy cannot hang on to a belt for nothing. He prefers the sack of potatoes look as much as he can get it. You know.
Well, when you've got body definition like I have, it just fills it out, and it's fine anyway.
That's
Yeah.
That's me too, man. That's how I am. You know, feel that.
Mhm.
Accentuate the dad bod. You know.
That's it.
So I didn't really have this on the list, but you've done, a couple different types of videos up here in North Carolina. What is it that
Yeah.
draws you back up to this area to pursue the fishing and then also recording the videos?
Yeah, I mean we've been up
Be honest
to.
about it. Be honest about the Raven Fork, Steve.
Well, no, I mean what draws us up there? I mean we love North Carolina, and frankly, every time we've been there, which I think was it 4 times we've been on trips up there, or I've been there 4 times. You've been there 3.
Right.
And every time we go, we have a great trip. The Raven Fork has been a little disappointing the last couple of years, and I hope that's not just us. But we love the Tuck. We love some of the Okanufty, and I said that wrong. Okanufty. Yeah. Okay, thank you. I said it.
Run together.
Okay, fair enough. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And we just, I don't know, man. We always have a great time when we're there. So it's beautiful, lovely people.
We're there in the
lots
fall
of fish.
too, yeah. We're there in
Yeah.
the fall. It's about, it's pretty time, and a lot of it is just us hanging out with our friends and almost our good buddies, which would be kind of like kind of a doofus thing to say, but
Right, you have to pay for that.
yeah. But we just hang out, we cook out and just stay in tents, or we stayed in a little cabin this past trip, and it's just fun. We didn't tear it up on the Raven Fork. We did pretty good on the Tuck. I think it's hard not to find fish right at the start of the delayed harvest up there, but it's just fun. We have a good time. It's more about time together, time away. It ends up being more about time together and time away than it is about catching fish, I think. But
no, I would not agree with that.
Yeah. Well, we've had our share of rough rivers and rough stretches up there, but we always have a great time. We love that area.
So, how much footage do y'all get to make one of your films? Like how does it take an hour's worth to get you 5 minutes? Like have y'all kind of looked at that?
Yeah, it's usually
He's holding the camera.
Yeah, that's right. Usually when I bring it all into the editing software, I'm dealing with about an hour to an hour and a half worth of footage, and that'll usually give us somewhere between 7 and 11 minutes or something like that in the finished product.
Yeah,
and part of it's just because of the nature of the videos that we're doing. It's like you want to be rolling when the fish hits, and so you've got these long stretches of footage where there's nothing, and hopefully you get it when the rod gets bent.
Yeah. Most of the time we don't.
And we don't.
What editing software are you using for this?
We're using Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, and then now and then when we need some motion graphics in there, we'll use Adobe After Effects.
That's above my head.
So obviously you brought that in. How long does it take you to come to like a finished product?
It takes me no time.
That's right. John just sits on his tuchus and waits for me to do it.
You're the talent. That's what it is. You're just the talent. You don't.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't understand that because I do all the editing work. I'm also like the pretty face, and John. What is John even doing? But no, it usually takes. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's the draw. It usually takes about 10 to 12 hours to complete one of them.
Man, that's some work.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Absolutely. How many followers do you have on your YouTube channel now?
John?
I think we're right around 4,800, maybe.
Yeah, closing in on 5,000.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you look at it, we're really closing in on 100,000 because you can't get to 100,000 without getting through 5,000.
I like that.
I like that.
optimism.
That's it. That's perfect.
It's more like 4,500. I
That's
guess I
perfect.
just checked. So
That's perfect.
So
man.
you can't ask a fisherman how big the fish is because you will get lied to.
yeah, that's right.
Hey man, what is your what's your guys' favorite species to chase on the fly?
I mean, trout all day. I mean, no,
Yeah.
there's no question about it for me. But
Yeah, no, I learned fly. I did not fish before I learned fly fishing, and I learned with trout. I can't catch a bass to save my life, and I'm lucky if I can catch a brim. But man, I love a trout. God help me, they're gorgeous creatures.
Man, we might have to fix that this summer.
Okay, what you got?
Go catch some
I
brim
got
and some bass.
I mean, brim are like
Yeah.
the biggest overachieving fish there is, man.
oh man, I was actually out 2 days this past weekend. Like it was 60 degrees. I went out across the street, took a paddleboard out on the lake, and man, no, it's my neighborhood pond. I can see it from my front door. It's fine. And but it was unbelievable. Like they were hitting like bluegill. I got bluegill. I got bass on top water. It was unbelievable. I was like, what is happening? And today it's 27 degrees right now. So
Yeah.
Yes.
the top water bite. I would love to go. I hear you guys have some smallmouth bass up there, which I've never caught a smallmouth bass in my life, and I would love to catch one. And I hear you guys have them on the duck, but maybe
we'll
I'm
do it
wrong.
this summer, man. We'll set it up. We'll make it happen.
All right.
That's something that we. I mean the creeks are fun in the summer, but I really enjoy chasing bass in the warmer months. Probably, really late April is when it's definitely starts. Even
starts
sooner.
turning on.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah, that sounds like a good video.
Everybody's
Yeah.
everybody's into trout on the delayed harvest, but the smallmouth scene is already. I mean, it's there. So it's
Yeah.
just nobody's looking for it.
Okay,
That's
we're
fun.
in.
Yeah.
You just fish late till dark. Dale pounds a couple White Claws.
Oh yeah,
Get some electric energy, get down the river.
That's right.
It's pretty sweet.
those Sims front pockets, they will hold a White Claw perfectly.
Perfect.
Oh, that's
Just right
awesome.
down in there. It's just
Okay.
wide enough. So make sure
Skinny
you wear-
pockets, huh?
That's
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah, John, how do your waiters do with your wine coolers?
Oh.
Are you a Bartles and James?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Gosh,
Lord,
yeah.
help us.
It's hard to find John when he's not out there sipping on a wine cooler.
Yeah, right.
Oh, good heavens! How did the kind of the competition start between you guys? I've seen a couple of videos here lately with kind of the fishing competition. How did that thing kind of start?
I
I
mean,
mean, that's just us, like what
It
you're
doesn't
seeing in our video. Yeah, what you're seeing in our videos is just our personalities put into video form. We're always competing with each other. We're always ragging on each other, always insulting each other, and yet we love each other.
How many times have we put a solo cup on a chair in the front yard and to see who can knock it off with a fly? Or
Yep.
it's just there's always a competition. I mean, we Steve and I worked together at a fire extinguisher place, which is a job that
Yes.
nobody knows exists. Like, oh, people actually work on fire extinguishers, but we did.
Yeah,
And,
they refill them and everything. Absolutely.
We had our
That's right,
inspected
yeah.
today.
Did you? That's awesome. But we when we were in college, we worked working for a friend of mine's dad's company, I guess, and got Steve a job there, and everything.
I had to interview. I got my own job there. Thanks, John.
That's right. But I basically had to pay them to get you a job there. So I took a pay cut so you could get a job. So,
Oh, he's so magnanimous.
but I mean, just everything it's always pushing each other to do something crazy or do something. We had a great time working together, and that's really kind of where our friendship and all that took off, was just through competition, through just just being around each other and trying to just develop each other, I guess. I don't know, in different ways through school. We had English class. I was actually English class was our first video experience.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, we made a video in English class together.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to find that.
Yeah, the technology was way different back then, 20 years ago, but it was magnificent. I'll never forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Filmed in a Kmart.
Yep.
Kmart.
Do those even exist anymore?
Man, that right there is going to be valuable one day. Them things are gone.
Yeah.
Part of
Tell you
the
what.
historical record.
At Kmart.
There was one time there was this store.
Had a blue light.
Yep.
Blue light
Had a
special.
blue light special.
That's
No,
right.
They all used to have a cafeteria where you could get some bug juice and some fries and stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
John and
Yes.
Debbie, man.
I know.
John used to, they wanted my father-in-law. It's a little Kmart side story here. Sorry, guys. They wanted John
It's good.
to move to Puerto Rico to open the Kmart in Puerto Rico in San Juan. He was like, "Nah, I like Greensboro." And he's telling me the story, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna get paid to go open a Kmart in San Juan, or I'm gonna sit here and grind in this one in Greensboro." I don't know, but I'm glad he stayed in Greensboro because that said everything.
Sure.
There you go, man. Absolutely. Hey, what's been your favorite destination, guys, on these adventures?
Oh man, that's a great question. Both of us have been separately to lots of great places,
Right.
but I would say together, our favorite destination is John's old family cabin. They don't have it anymore, but we went up there more than any other place and loved it.
Right. You get a river that I mean, we can't call it a river, I guess, but it was a little creek. And we had done some managing there too, but it was, you just know it. You know where every rock is and where every fish is going to hold. And man, we just always had a good time there. And we just, gosh, it's like, oh, we're going to the cabin this Friday or this Saturday, and I wouldn't sleep for a week just in anticipation of it. I love going up there.
Yeah. So for us, it wasn't as much the it was the familiarity of the place that made it so great.
Yeah. And we've filmed plenty of videos there too as well. One of our best videos we lost it, but it was filmed there. I wish we still had that, Steve. What happened?
I mean, who can remember how these things happen? But that card may have gotten formatted by someone who I don't know who does the editing. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Wow. So on all these things that you've done now, you guys have gone out. You've got a lot of video footage. You've had some funny backstories happen, I'm sure, along the way. You've lost things. But through this, though, who has the bragging rights on the best fish?
I mean, it's got to be John. I mean, I can't remember one, but it's got to be John. Here's the thing about John. He is patient. He's so much more patient than me. He's so much more persistent. Like if I don't catch a fish in a run after about 3 casts, I'm like, yeah, this thing is empty and I'm gone. I'm always moving. But John, man, he will stick and he will change flies, and I will never change a fly. I mean, that's one of my fatal flaws. But he will change flies. He will keep fishing it, and so he is rewarded for that patience, whereas I am not. So. Yeah, John has definitely caught some of the most magnificent ones, primarily because of that.
Right, but like one of my greatest fish I've caught. I've fished, had several opportunities to fish at pay to play kind of places. Where you have to go with a guide. They've got well fed fish, and I've caught a lot of big fish at places like that. And I know Steve has had the opportunity to catch some big fish too, and. Yeah, there's one right there. That was a big fish. But like one of my biggest and best fish on the Chattahoochee was, how many times have I fished on the Chattahoochee? I would say I've probably cast 100,000 times on the Chattahoochee over. I mean, I've thrown so many flies in that river, and I was actually messing around with this, and it's probably, that's a great shot there. Look at that guy.
So
scary.
rugged.
Yeah. But I was kind of seeing how far I could throw a 2-weight fly rod that I had. I was like, how far can I cast this? And I cast out in a place I usually never fish. I just pass it up, but it's kind of slow, still water. And I hooked into like a 20-inch brown trout, and it was like, man, that's a fish of 100,000 casts for me. And it was just kind of made me feel great for a long time. You know, I was really, really proud of it. It may pop up here in some of these pictures, but man, I love fishing. I love fishing anywhere I can catch. I'll fish a puddle with, 2-inch bluegill for, forever. I could spend a whole day just doing that kind of thing. But man, the Chattahoochee, that's home for us. I mean, we love it. And
yeah, that's the difference between me and John, is that my cup for fishing can be filled. I mean, it takes a while, but it can be filled. John has a deep, gaping hole that will never be satisfied by any amount of fishing.
Don't tell my wife. I like to convince her that it will be filled at some moment. It's going to be done. I'm going to not want to go tomorrow. But
so is John?
Yeah, right.
Hey, one more cast. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Dale, one more cast.
Yep.
Just
I
a
mean,
couple more casts.
At least 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, anytime we go on our North Carolina trips, we'll fish from light. We'll fish from light to dark. And, right about, I mean, I'm starting to feel satisfied around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And so I'm just sort of slowing down and everything.
Off then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'll fish for another hour or so, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just chill. I mean, and then John, I mean, you won't even be able to see him out there anymore. He's still fishing. It's dark, and that happens every single time.
Yeah, just not on the Chattahoochee because it's against the law. I don't think you're allowed to fish after dark. But
is it true? It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
If you've ever been on see, here's one good thing, and you guys
said that one time.
Yeah, good old way down yonder over here in the Chattahoochee. But like one great thing about some tailwaters, and this is probably true on the Tuck. We've never been there in the summer, so I have no idea. But the Chattahoochee stays pretty cold from Buford Dam, down to really. I mean, you can go all the way to Morgan Falls, and it's going to be cooler. So, which we don't go down that far. But where we fish, I mean, it stays in that 50 to 68 degree range, 365 days a year. I mean, it's like perfectly cold, good trout water. I mean, there's a couple times further downstream you get from the dam. I mean, sometimes it gets kind of dangerously close to that 70 degree mark, or you don't want to fish. You just go further upstream, find a spot further north. But man, I mean, it does get hot, but when you've got a river that's running at 60 degrees in the middle of June, it's pretty fantastic, to get in there. And it's definitely not as hot as a hoochie coochie on that part.
I guess it's when it gets down closer to Alabama, it gets that hot.
Tune into the next
episode
as we define what a hoochie coochie actually is.
Yeah, you got to believe that one, you guys.
Yeah, you guys are the professionals, so I believe that's in your domain.
As soon as Dale said that, the light dimmed. Our light dimmed. Oh, we're being punished, Dale. We're Dale. What piece of advice would you pass along to anyone getting into the sport of fly fishing?
Well, I mean, yeah, honestly, as you guys know, I mean, after many, many years of fishing, you accumulate all this stuff, you accumulate all this gear, you accumulate all these skills. And, the first time you throw a line out there, it's very non-intuitive and it seems very difficult. But, if anybody was going to get started, what I would tell them is you don't need all the stuff. You don't need all the accoutrements. We're all gear hogs, and so we accumulated over time. But we just made a video where we had a $30 fly rod from Walmart and the flies that came with it, and to see if we could catch anything with it, and we did. Well, not we, I did.
I gave up and went to what I knew pretty quick.
Yeah, Jon was a chump and took up his old stuff. But anyway, I mean, if somebody
Sounds
was
like the
asking,
story of
you know,
my
I
college career.
yeah, should I get into it and what would I do? It's like, yeah, just get the cheapest stuff you can. I mean, if money's an issue, go and probably the best advice would be go talk to the guys at the Tuckasegee Fly Shop or whatever fly shop is around you. Like that's exactly what Jon did when we were heading up to North Carolina this year. He called you guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I would never have known is to call the fly shop. I would, and even to this day, I don't know why, but I still feel bad calling. But nobody's ever made me feel bad. But it's like they will tell you exactly what you need to know, where to go, what to use. And like I've never met a cranky fly shop worker. Everybody's always been so helpful, no matter where I've gone. So yeah, call the fly shop. That's what I would say.
Yep. Yeah, and I would say, just try it. Like my first fly rod, Steve was mentioning money and cheap stuff. The first fly rod I caught, which I probably caught hundreds of fish. Obviously, I was in, started fishing at my cabin, my parents' old cabin, and so we knew there was fish there.
Hundreds,
thousands, maybe.
Yeah.
All 20-inch plus fish.
Okay.
No, but I mean, I think I went on eBay and I put together this rod, reel, line combo. And I think I spent like $35. I mean, it was probably the worst thing in the world. Actually, I have the fly rod.
You still got that rod, Jon?
No, I don't have the fly rod. It's something. Yeah, I think somebody shut it in the van door. But this is.
I have never done.
So, let's see if I can center this.
Well, no, Jon, it's camouflage, so I can't really see it.
Yeah, you can't. But that's the first shot. This was like $15. I caught a bunch of fish on this. The drag shot, it doesn't, I mean, it sounds like it still works, but it doesn't. But I caught a bunch of fish on that. I mean, it was $10, $15. The rod was $20, and Steve's son shut it in my minivan door. I mean,
well, Jon, what was it doing sitting in the minivan door? I mean,
I don't know.
It sounds like you need to blame yourself.
Okay, you're right. But Steve's son is totally fine. I've forgiven him, but I haven't forgiven Steve yet. So,
the big topic is you fish out of a minivan.
Yeah, that's true. You got 4 kids.
Well, I mean,
drive what you can drive.
That's right. When Jon's got his minivan, he's got to pull over and drink his wine cooler and have a great time. just live the dream.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, good heavens! This
I
is
mean,
called the Tuck Cast with a splash of bourbon, not a wine cooler.
Not splash of Bartles and James. Okay, I get it. But no, just like if I could give any advice is it doesn't have to be intimidating cost wise. I mean, where we live in the South, you can find plenty of places where you don't need, $100 waders. You don't need $300 waders. You don't need $200 boots. You can go out and fish in, sandals and shorts for for a large part of the year. You can learn how to fly fish pretty cheap. So don't let price be a barrier. Get out there and do it. I mean, you may not love it as much as I do. You might love it a little bit, and like Steve does, but but it's fun. I mean, to connect with outdoors and with friends and get to share and stuff like this is, I mean, it's worth more than the size of the fish on the other end of the line.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, that's really philosophical. And
thank you, Steve.
That's I'm crying a little.
Yeah, you are.
Really good.
What can we expect from Good Buddy Fly Fishing in 2021?
Well, man, we are, we're sort of in a moment where we're trying to figure out the future. It's a great question. We, both of us have full-time jobs. Both of us have many kids. And so, we're trying to figure out like, gosh, how can what can we do? Because we love making these videos. What can we do to keep this thing going forward? So, for right now, the answer to that question is, we're just going to keep publishing videos when the occasion affords us moment. But yeah, in terms of long-term strategy, right now it's just get it done and get it out there because we love the community that's grown up around it. We want to keep creating content for them, and but yeah, that's about it right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, for both of us, and so it's hard. This is a tough time weather-wise too, to get out and really have successful time. Obviously we want to catch fish in our videos. Nobody wants to watch us get skunked over and over again. It's okay to show it occasionally, but it's just timing. Timing is a big part of it. Steve is. How many videos do you make a week for history stuff? You're filming and editing
3 to 5 a week.
Yeah. So, and we're both fortunate enough to work from home, and we can make time when the time is right. And so the plan is keep having fun, to do it for fun. We don't make much money. Anybody that makes YouTube videos knows that money's not that easy to come by from YouTube videos. So we really just do this because we enjoy making content. We enjoy sharing our adventures and bringing people along with us. So.
Yeah, I'm in it for the money, but Jon is in it for the fun.
Yeah, that's right. You better start catching more fish then, Steve.
That's true.
How can people follow Good Buddy Fly Fishing? Go down those and just let's inform everybody.
All right,
Jon, tell them.
So we got Good Buddy Fly Fishing on YouTube, which is where all our video content is. We have Instagram as well. It's Good Buddy Fly Fishing. Twitter, which I don't think I've ever posted on it before.
Yeah, so, don't say Twitter. Yeah,
yeah. Don't follow us on
our main avenues for posting content are YouTube and Instagram.
Instagram, right? But yeah, and it's we definitely don't flood your inbox with tons of stuff. So we film when we can, and we want to make it as good as we can. So there is content to come. There's videos to come. But it's just we'll make it happen when we can make it happen. So it's a blast. We love doing this.
We'll be sure to put your links in the description on both the podcast and on the YouTube version of the podcast as well for the listeners out there. If you want to go click on those, you can, and go give these guys a like and a follow. It is some good stuff. I like the fact that you keep it light. You are who you are. To me, you represent just about everybody who walks through our front door on a daily basis, and it's nice and refreshing to see that. So enjoy the episodes of you guys, doing some of the I don't want to say traditional tackle, but you're going back into some of the older stuff. Your little challenge out there, and obviously the review on the freestone waders, if I'm not mistaken, there is what it was. And you guys have floated the Tuckasegee a couple of times in a different methods, I think. And
yep, I broke the fly rod on that one of those float trips.
Oh, that's right. The last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was a few years ago.
Okay.
At a St. Croix, I was drifting. We were in float tubes, and it's not like you have oars. There's no way to stop. I was fighting a fish through a rapid, and I was wondering why I wasn't moving so much, and it's because my fly line that I had been stripping out to bring this fish in was wrapped around a log, and I looked up, and I've never seen the tip of a fly rod curve so much, and it just broke. It was pretty rough. So I threw around a big streamer the rest of the day because there was no tip left on my rod. So that's the only thing I could do to get line out. But
Yeah.
it's tough when you're out in the middle of the river and you got an hour, 2 hours of float left. You do what you can do. But
Pop a top.
yeah, just get that wine cooler out. Just watch your friends fish.
That's what those pockets are for, then. Huh?
That's right.
That's right.
They're not for fly boxes.
Oh, good heavens! Oh, good heavens! Well, that's fantastic, man. When thank you guys for coming on here with us this evening, and taking a brief break in your busy schedule, teaching and stuff like that. It's these difficult times, of course, for everybody out there. And it certainly means a lot to us here at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. And we want to wish you guys the very best in your video endeavors and your fishing adventures. And like Dale said, look forward to seeing you up here, maybe go see if we can get you on a smallmouth or something like that.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love it.
Yep.
There's a lot of species we've never caught. So definitely want to broaden our horizons for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, same here. Same as well.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah, we're all in that same boat, man.
Yeah, there's always something else.
Always something to learn for sure. Well, we're going to roll in here to a guide tip of the week. If Bobby's got a graphic for that now, I think Bobby's been throwing up some graphics there.
Hold on,
By the way, as we roll into
up.
this here in just a moment, I got the drifter. He sent me a message and said Bobby's been working on graphics.
See,
and he was impressed.
See, yeah.
So there you go, Bobby. I'm giving
Gotta
you.
change it up.
I'm praising Bobby in 22 countries, I think, right now, and all around the states. At no way we're bragging on Bobby's graphics.
Well, here it is. It's up.
The guide tip of the week.
The guide tip of the week.
Guide tip of the week is when it's cold, use some toe warmers.
Shannon's toe warmers.
I mean, seriously.
Man,
I mean, it's
I'm
getting cold.
afraid I'm going to burn my toes off.
You ever not? They're stick-on toe warmers.
I
You
know,
put them on your
yeah.
sock.
I'm still just
Really?
nervous to wear them because it's
Really?
like any moisture gets in there, it's just going to like scald my foot.
You
No.
think it's going to like steam your little pinky toe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a piece of broccoli? Just
No.
gone.
John, Steve, you guys ever use stick-on toe warmers?
I have used them on the Raven Fork before.
There you go.
A couple of years ago. It was really cold, and I had bought some. I was like, I'm gonna try it.
Did it
And
work?
they did until they ended up in the heel of the neoprene boot. But it was
Oh, gotcha.
they slid
Yeah,
down
use
on
duct
it.
tape.
But that's
I don't
right.
know if I do that. Be
Duct
safe.
tape fixes everything.
We don't want to legally. We're not legally bound for that. Thanks,
right.
Bobby.
Read all the directions on the package.
Read all the directions. They will actually, if you put them on. I put them on the top of my socks.
Yeah.
And the other key to this, though, is make sure that you have a boot that's not like cramping your toes. You need that air circulation.
Yeah.
Now you will eventually feel them not necessarily working. So if you start to move around, they'll reactivate, and it can make a difference whether you stay out there longer.
So if you see Shannon shaking his leg,
You're absolutely right. That's right,
he's
man.
really just trying to get more
I'm
oxygen.
doing
into
the
that
silver
thing.
shake, baby.
That's it, man.
The silver shake.
Hey, here's another rule that I go by
Uh-oh.
where I don't have to use
The bonus.
the toe warmers and
Okay.
singe my feet. If the rhododendrons are curled, there's a better day to fish.
Unless you just drove 2 hours from Atlanta, and then it's
That's
Friday.
right.
That's
John
right.
and Steve,
That's your day.
John and Steve have got to come. They're here.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
No,
here.
If the rhododendrons are curled up, man, it's cold.
They're like, dang it, Dale.
Man.
The photos are curved. We got to go back home. Oh,
know,
man. Absolutely. Well, that's great, man. You guys have anything else to add before we hop into a fishing report there, guys?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think we're just really grateful to spend the last hour with you, or ish, and really glad to get to know you guys, and looking forward to coming to find some smallmouth with you.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Man, that's awesome.
Well, you're about to hear the fishing report before anybody else.
Oh,
All right.
let's hear it.
That's it. So y'all got a little ahead of the curve here.
Coach, are you going to take this one here?
Dude,
Dale hadn't been around.
I'm throwing
This is
you
my-
every opportunity.
Yeah,
Coach.
man, this is my
I'm
first
trying to.
week
I'm
back.
trying to throw Dale back into the fire, man.
I would be at home, like laying on the couch,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, man, I could go like teach the kids how to cast. Nah, it's nap time again. 24 days.
Yeah.
24 school days. Well, no, those are calendars at home with my kids through all this. So
It sucks quarantining.
It does. Yeah. So I'm excited to be out of the house. So looking forward to getting on the water here again soon.
So sweet. Are we ready, Bobby?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
All right, man. Okay. Hey, got some new stuff here for you.
Ooh, I gotta go to the bathroom now.
We got the fishing report here. Just let you know, man, our guys, Preston and Jarrett and Baker have been on the water quite a bit here lately and having some pretty good success. Jarrett there posted some real nice pictures yesterday.
Cut that water
And
off.
I'm coming down, man. Got to get in the zen moment. And he had really good success on a jigged hare's ear. there by the number 12 works really good. The rubber leg patterns are working. Black coffee.
I still hear water, Shannon.
You don't hear me? Dale is losing it.
He's
over
got
there.
to go to the bathroom.
He's got. This is going to be the funniest fishing report ever. Oh my gosh! But anyway, though, olive woolly boogers have been working really good. You can count on those. With the cooler weather in, I do expect that the dry fly activity is going to drop off a little bit. We do have that big cold air mass that's coming across the country. We should move out of here next week. Should be a pretty good week for us. It's February, of course. If you're out there, just be prepared. Make sure that you're, have extra clothing and things like that. My go-to patterns would be an IDK, woolly booger in olive brown or white. Don't count out black. A clown egg. Once again, get into some of your zebra midges. We have some top secret midges here as well. You might have to downsize your tippet on some things and get some really good drifts, get it down deep, and those fish are going to be a little bit more lethargic with that cold air coming in for sure. So there we go. It's kind of a fishing report here from the guys at Tuckasegee Fly Shop.
Sweet, man.
With the new sound. I apologize if the creek was too loud.
I don't care.
It's like when you fall in. It's like when you fall in the water, it's like really loud.
Yeah. Hey.
Never happens to nobody, right?
No, that's definitely not Steve.
Did you wash your hands?
And I didn't know I had that type of power, Dale.
I've had COVID. I ain't worried about it no more.
20 seconds. Nah,
The water
5
is still
minutes.
running. How about some people driving, pulling over right now to go to the bathroom?
Oh, man, is that my fault? Maybe we do need to add the Charmin to the Charmin if you want to advertise.
There you go.
Good deal, man. All hearts and minds clear.
Well, good show, fellas. We appreciate y'all
Absolutely.
doing this. And yeah, next time you're in the area, swing in and say hey, and we'll go fishing
Absolutely.
this summer.
Yeah, we sure will.
All right, guys, we appreciate you.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
That wraps up another exciting and informative episode of the Tuckcast, presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service, located at 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, North Carolina, and 530 West Main Street, Sylvan, North Carolina. Be sure to visit www.tuckflyshop.com for streamflow information, book a guided trip, or even shop for your favorite Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear. Follow the crew on Facebook at Tuckasegee Fly Shop, Instagram at Tuck Fly Shop, and on YouTube at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. If you have a question or comment, feel free to send those to info@tuckflyshop.com or give us a call, 1-828-488-3333. For Coach Dale Diesel Collins, Bobby the Bearded Wonder Bennett, I'm Shannon Big Mess Messer. We'll catch you next week. Be sure to catch a few fish out there, won't you? Y'all take care.